Most men can't focus, not because they're broken, but because they've been trained to be distracted. You've been conditioned since you were a kid. Screens in your face before you could even talk. Dopamine hits handed out like candy every time you tap, scroll, or swipe. If you can't sit with your own thoughts for 5 minutes without reaching for your phone, you're not in control. You're not free. You're a slave, and your master is distraction. Let me be brutally honest. If your attention span is shot, your dreams are dead before they even start. You can't build a legacy on broken concentration. Focus is the foundation of power. Every great man, every builder, every conqueror, every leader mastered the art of attention. And you're out here chasing likes and living on autopilot. No plan, no direction, just reacting to whatever the algorithm feeds you. You think you're in control, but your focus has been hijacked, and you let it happen. You say you're tired. You say you don't have time. Bullshit. You're not tired, you're scattered. You're all over the place, stretched thin between 100 useless tasks that lead nowhere. You don't need more time, you need clarity. But here's the truth most men can't handle. Clarity isn't handed to you. It's earned through discipline, through sacrifice, through cutting out the noise and locking in like your life depends on it, because it does. Every day you wake up, there's a war going on. Not out there, in here, in your mind. You're being pulled in every direction, ads, media, distractions, drama. And the moment you give in, even just a little, you lose ground. This isn't going to be a feel-good session. I'm not here to coddle you. I'm here to confront you, to challenge you, to wake you up. Because the world doesn't need more distracted men. It needs focused warriors, men who can sit in silence, think clearly, and take powerful action. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what's been stealing your power and how to rip it back. We're going deep, we're getting real, and we're not pulling any punches. This isn't theory, this is survival. Because if you don't learn how to focus, life will eat you alive. Your goals, your relationships, your health, everything will fall apart without it. You want to be powerful? Learn to focus. You want to win? Lock in. Welcome to Primal Will, where we don't talk about improvement, we live it. If you're tired of living distracted and ready to become dangerous, this is the place. Like the video, share it with a brother who needs to hear this, and subscribe to the channel. Let's build men who can't be broken. Let's get to work. You see, focus isn't just about being productive, it's about identity. Focus is a reflection of who you are and what you stand for. Men who can't control their focus can't control their future. You want to know why your dreams feel so distant? Why your goals seem so out of reach? It's because you've allowed your focus to slip away, piece by piece, and you didn't even notice. You've been living in a fog, one that's been intentionally manufactured by the world around you to keep you distracted, weak, and easily controlled. Look around. You're surrounded by noise. Constant noise. Notifications dinging. Emails flooding your inbox. Ads begging for your attention. And that's just the beginning. You've got dopamine traps, endless scrolling, porn, fake validation from social media, feeding your brain with quick hits of satisfaction, but nothing that actually makes you feel fulfilled. You've become a prisoner of your own distractions. You're overstimulated, under-challenged, and the worst part? You don't even realize it's killing your edge. The things that once made you sharp, your ambition, your discipline, your drive, are being drowned out by the chaos of modern life. And here's the cold truth. This won't change until you decide to take control. Masculine energy thrives in depth, in stillness, in direction. But what do most men do today? They bounce from one shiny thing to the next, chasing novelty like a dog chasing a car. They never commit. They never complete. They never conquer. And that's why they're stuck. They lack the one thing that separates boys from men, the ability to lock in and get shit done. Men who can't focus aren't men at all. They're just wandering bodies in a world full of distractions, hoping for something to stick. But that's not you. You can't afford to live like that anymore. Why should you care? Because the price of a scattered mind is everything. If you can't lock in on a task, a goal, a vision, you'll never level up. Simple as that. You can dream all you want, but without the discipline to focus, your dreams will remain just that, dreams. And if you're distracted, you're not dangerous. And if you're not dangerous, you're disposable. That's the reality you're facing. Men who can't focus become irrelevant. They get passed over. They get ignored. And worse, they end up getting left behind. This isn't just about improving your concentration for a few more hours of work each day. This is about survival. This is about taking back control of your life. This is your reset button. What we're doing today isn't just a quick fix. It's a mindset overhaul. It's about tearing out the weakness that's been planted inside you, rewiring your mind to think like a man who moves with purpose, and giving you the battle plan you need to reclaim your focus, your drive, and your life. Right now, you might feel like you're drowning in distractions, like your life is being pulled in 1,000 different directions. But let me tell you something, you can win this fight. You can regain the power that was taken from you. But it starts with taking responsibility for your focus. It starts with saying no more to the mindless scrolling, the endless binge-watching, the weak excuses. It starts with owning your attention. Because when you own your attention, you own your life. You might think that life will slow down, that the distractions will somehow stop piling up. Newsflash, they won't. They'll keep coming. The world will keep trying to drown you in a sea of noise, but you can learn how to rise above it. You can train yourself to cut through the chaos and become a man who stands firm in his purpose. But it's going to take work. It's going to take discipline. And it's going to take a mindset shift that forces you to take control day by day. The journey to reclaiming your focus won't be easy. In fact, it'll be one of the hardest battles you'll ever fight. But that's exactly why it matters. Because only the men who fight for their attention, who fight for their focus, can truly rise. And when you do, when you regain control of your mind, that's when everything changes. You'll become the man who sets his own course, who takes action, and who creates the future he wants, not the one he's handed. But all starts here, today, with a single choice to stop letting the noise control you. So if you're ready to take action, if you're ready to stop being a prisoner of your own distractions and start building a focused, powerful life, then let's get started. Let's get real for a second. The truth is, your inability to focus is self-inflicted. That's right. You're doing this to yourself. Every time you pick up your phone out of boredom, you're reinforcing mental weakness. Every time you quit halfway through a task, your brain learns that it's okay to abandon things when they get tough. And you know what happens when your brain learns that? It keeps running. It keeps looking for distractions, always searching for something that feels easier, that feels better in the moment. But here's the problem. You're training yourself to lose. Every time you give in to a distraction, you're reinforcing your own failure. The more you do it, the harder it becomes to fight it. And I know the excuses. I hear them all the time. I just can't concentrate. Really? You can't concentrate? But you'll sit there for hours watching Netflix, glued to the screen. You'll scroll through Instagram, TikTok, or whatever other distraction you can find. You'll binge watch a show for 8 hours straight, and yet you tell yourself you can't focus. The problem isn't that you lack focus, it's that you lack discipline. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. But right now, you're letting laziness take over, convincing yourself you're doing the best you can, when in reality, you're doing just enough to stay stuck. Here's the reality. Focus is a muscle. It's not something you're born with. It's something you develop day by day, decision by decision. But you've let yours atrophy. You've neglected it. And now look at the result. Your job, your goals, your potential, they're all slipping through your fingers while you chase distractions. You're watching your future fade away because you can't keep your attention on the things that matter. You've traded what's hard for what's easy. And it feels good in the moment, doesn't it? But you're sacrificing the future for short-term comfort. And that's a trade you'll regret every single time. You need to face the truth, and you need to face it now. As Sun Tzu said, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Right now, your enemy is distraction. Your enemy is the constant noise that's pulling you in 1,000 different directions. But here's the kicker. You don't even recognize it as the enemy. You think you're just dealing with life, just reacting to the world around you. But that's the trap. Distraction isn't just a side effect of modern life. It's the weapon they use to control you. And if you don't start seeing it for what it is, you'll continue losing this battle every single day. You're not stupid. You're not broken. But you're soft. You've allowed comfort and convenience to make you soft. And that's the hardest truth of all. You've allowed yourself to settle for mediocrity. You're letting the world dictate your life because you don't have the discipline to make your own choices. It's easier to binge watch, to scroll mindlessly, to put things off until tomorrow. But let me tell you something, tomorrow never comes. Every day you waste, every moment you spend avoiding the work, it adds up. And you know what the result is? Years of wasted potential. You'll still be stuck in the same loop, wondering why nothing is changing, why you're not getting ahead, why your life feels like it's moving in slow motion. The longer you stay in this cycle, the harder it gets to break out of it. You're conditioning yourself to be distracted, to avoid discomfort, to stay in a constant state of reaction. And the problem with that is life doesn't wait. The clock keeps ticking. And while you're stuck, the world moves forward. Your competitors, your peers, they're not waiting for you to catch up. They're out there sharpening their focus, making moves, and getting ahead. You can either stay where you are, or you can decide to stop being a victim of your own weaknesses. It's up to you. But I'll tell you this, you can break out of it. You can reclaim your focus. You can become the man who makes things happen instead of the man who watches things happen. But it starts with recognizing the truth. Stop pretending that distractions are just a minor inconvenience. They're the enemy. And if you don't take action, you'll lose this battle. You'll stay soft, and you'll never reach the potential you were meant to. Now is the time to wake up. Now is the time to make a change. The path to regaining your focus, your discipline, and your life starts with taking responsibility. Stop making excuses. Stop lying to yourself. The longer you stay stuck in this cycle, the more it becomes your reality. And I don't care what anyone else says, you're better than this. You're stronger than this. So take a stand right now. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for motivation to hit you. It's time to take control. And that starts with focusing on what matters and nothing else. But here's the good news. It's not too late. You can start today. You can start right now. But you have to choose. Now, let's move from talking about the problem to addressing the solution. It's time to take control and put these ideas into action. You've got the hard truths. Now, you need to know how to fix it. No more excuses. No more pretending you're too busy or too distracted to focus. These steps will help you reset and sharpen your mind, but only if you commit to them. Let's dive in. Step 1. Cut digital poison. The first step is one of the most important and the hardest for most men. You need to cut digital poison out of your life. And that means deleting the apps that are killing your attention. The Facebook, the Instagram, the TikTok, they're not just apps, they're distractions. They're feeding you dopamine hits that are keeping you in a constant state of arousal, never allowing your mind to rest or focus. And if you can't focus, you can't win. I know what you're thinking, but I need them for work. That's just a justification. Set strict limits on your screen time. Turn off your notifications, every single one of them. Why do you need to be constantly interrupted by an alert telling you someone liked your picture? You don't. Your phone is your leash. And every time it buzzes or dings, it's pulling you back from your goals. Take the collar off. You don't need constant validation or to check your phone every 5 minutes. Reclaim your focus. Reclaim your time. Step 2. Master the power hour. Next, you need to master the first hour of your day. This is crucial. The moment you wake up, your mind is like a sponge, absorbing everything around you. You've got 1 hour in the morning to set the tone for the rest of your day. The power hour. Use it wisely. Start your day with 60 minutes of pure, undistracted focus. No phone, no social media, no email, just you, your thoughts, and your goals. Use this hour to read, write, train, or build. Whatever it is that moves you forward, use this time for it. This isn't a time to get lost in distractions or procrastinate. If you want to rewire your brain, you need to start your day in the most powerful way possible. That means giving yourself 60 minutes of laser-like focus with no excuses. The more you do this, the more it becomes a habit. And once it becomes a habit, it's yours for life. No one can take that from you. Start your day like a warrior, focused, driven, ready to conquer whatever comes next. Step 3. Use the 3-task rule. If you're trying to get everything done in one day, you're setting yourself up for failure. Stop trying to juggle a million things at once. Instead, follow the 3-task rule. Each day, pick only 3 mission-critical tasks. Not 10, not 20, just 3. 3 tasks that, when completed, will move the needle in your life. Make them count. When you limit yourself to just 3 tasks, you give yourself a clear target. And here's the key. Those tasks need to be important. They need to be things that will push you toward your goals, whether it's business, fitness, or personal growth. Don't waste your energy on trivial things. Get those 3 tasks done no matter what. No exceptions. No shortcuts. Completion is what breeds clarity. When you finish what you set out to do, you're not just checking boxes, you're building momentum, and that momentum is going to carry you to the next level. Step 4. Track every hour. You can't fix what you don't measure. If you don't know where your time is going, how can you expect to get it back? This step is simple but effective. Track every hour of your day. I don't care if it's on paper, in an app, or on your phone. Keep track of where your time is going. Write down everything you do, every hour of the day. Why? Because awareness is the first step to control. Once you see where your time is being spent, you'll realize just how much of it is wasted. You'll see the hours you lose scrolling, the time you waste procrastinating, and the endless distractions you fall for. And that's when the magic happens. Once you have the data, you can make informed decisions. You can cut out the wasted time. You can double down on what matters. The more you track, the more control you have over your time. And once you have control, you own your future. Step 5. Build mental endurance. Now, let's talk about mental toughness. The ability to focus isn't just about cutting distractions. It's about strengthening your mind, building the endurance to stay locked in, even when things get tough. You need to train your brain to resist distractions, to sit with discomfort, to stay focused when everything around you is trying to pull your attention away. And this doesn't happen by accident. Start by meditating. You don't need to be a guru or spend hours on it. But start small. 5 minutes a day. Sit still, clear your mind, and focus on your breath. It sounds simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Meditation strengthens your mental discipline. It trains your brain to focus. And when your brain is trained to focus, everything becomes easier. Another tool for building mental endurance is journaling. Every day, write down your thoughts. Write about your goals, your struggles, your wins, and your losses. This helps clear your mind, process emotions, and focus on what's important. But the key is consistency. Do it every day, no matter how you feel. Make it a part of your routine. When you practice mental endurance, you teach your mind that it's okay to sit still, to think deeply, and to stay locked in. If you can't endure silence, you'll never master chaos. Life will always be chaotic, but if you can sit with yourself, if you can focus amidst the noise, then nothing will be able to stop you. As Robert Greene wrote, your mind is the greatest weapon you have. It should be your master, not your servant. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. Your mind should be your greatest ally. Right now, it's your servant. It's serving distractions, serving chaos, serving laziness. But you're in charge. You always have been. It's time to take control. It's time to make your mind work for you, not against you. When you do that, when you master your mind, you'll master everything else. Now, I know all of this may sound tough. It should. Real growth isn't about easy wins or shortcuts. It's about putting in the work day after day. But if you commit to these steps, you'll see your focus sharpen. You'll see your discipline grow. And more importantly, you'll see your life start to move forward in ways you never thought possible. So stop wasting time, stop making excuses, and start taking action. The clock is ticking. Let's get to work. You've learned the hard truths. You got in the action steps. But now we're going deeper. To truly master your focus, to truly unlock your potential, it's not just about the habits you create. It's about the mindset you build. Your habits shape your life, but your mindset shapes your success. It's time to forge a mentality that matches your ambition. You want to focus? You need to think, act, and live like a man on a mission. It's time to build the mindset that will carry you forward when the distractions try to pull you back. Let's start with mental toughness. You're going to hear a lot of people tell you that focus is a matter of willpower. They'll say you just need to want it badly enough. But that's not the truth. Focus is earned through discipline, and discipline is built through mental toughness. Train your focus like a warrior trains his blade. Every day, relentless repetition. No fluff, no shortcuts. Every day you get a little stronger, a little sharper, until your mind becomes like steel, unbreakable and unyielding. Think of mental toughness like weightlifting for your brain. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. The first time you force yourself to focus for an hour without distractions, it will feel impossible. But like lifting weights, the more you do it, the easier it gets. You'll start to develop an almost automatic ability to lock in. Distractions won't faze you. The noise won't matter, because your mind will be as focused as a warrior about to enter battle. You'll be ready to take on whatever comes your way. But let's not forget about the body. It's not just about the mind, it's about the body too. Your body is the armor for your mind. If your body is weak, if you're out of shape, your focus will follow suit. Weakness in the body translates into weakness in the mind. That's why hitting the gym, lifting heavy, running hard, those things are not optional. They're necessary. Your body and mind are inextricably linked. You want focus? You want control? You need to make your body a fortress. Every rep you push through, every mile you run, every weight you lift is building not just your body, but your mental discipline. Physical strength translates into mental strength. Your body is a direct reflection of your willpower. If you can dominate your body, you can dominate your focus. And that's the type of dominance that carries over into everything else in your life. Your goals, your ambitions, your relationships. Your body should be the first place you start. You've got to make it strong before you can make your mind stronger. This isn't optional. This is a non-negotiable step in building your power. Now, let's talk about emotional control. Too many men let their emotions dictate their actions. They let how they feel in the moment guide their decisions. And that's a recipe for disaster. Real men don't let mood dictate momentum. Real men show up, no matter how they feel. If you're waiting for motivation to strike before you take action, you're going to be waiting a long time. If you're waiting for everything to be perfect before you start, you're never going to start. The real test of your character is how you act when you don't feel like it. Showing up regardless of how you feel, that's real power. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when you'd rather be doing something else. It's about pushing through the discomfort, the tiredness, the frustration, and staying locked in. Emotions come and go. Motivation is fleeting. But your discipline, your ability to act in spite of how you feel, that's unshakable. And that's the foundation of real success. You have to train yourself to be immune to the ups and downs of how you feel. Get up, suit up, and show up. Every single day. No excuses. That's what separates the weak from the strong. Let's talk about money for a second. Financial control isn't just about budgeting or investing. It's about focus. And focus isn't just about thoughts. It's about resources. The way you manage your finances reflects your discipline. Are you wasting money on nonsense? Or are you investing in your future? Focus isn't just about mental clarity. It's about guarding your resources, whether that's time, energy, or money. Stop spending like a child. Start budgeting, start investing, start thinking long-term. Every dollar you waste is a dollar that could have been working for you. And if you're not thinking strategically about your money, you're not truly focused. Financial control is another manifestation of your ability to focus. The man who can control his finances can control his life. If you can't budget your money, you can't budget your life. If you're throwing away your money on temporary pleasures or impulsive purchases, you're telling yourself that your future doesn't matter. The future is built on delayed gratification. Focus your energy and your money on things that will make you stronger, smarter, and wealthier in the long run. The wealthiest men in the world didn't get there by indulging in every distraction. They stayed focused, disciplined, and intentional with their resources. And you should too. And finally, let's talk about your spiritual code. I don't care if you're religious or not. You need a mission. You need a purpose. You need to define your values and live by code. This is the backbone of your focus. When you know why you're doing what you're doing, it's easier to stay locked in. When you have a mission, distractions fall away. They don't matter. You're focused on the bigger picture. You got a cause. You've got a purpose. And that purpose is stronger than any fleeting desire or momentary indulgence. Focus thrives under purpose. When you know what you stand for, when you know what you're working toward, focus becomes automatic. Your values guide you. They keep you aligned. They keep you from being pulled in every direction. Your code is your foundation. It's what keeps you grounded when everything else tries to knock you off course. Define it, live it, and don't let anything or anyone shake you from it. As Denzel Washington said, you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too. That's focus. That's the true essence of discipline. It's showing up even when it's messy, even when things don't go as planned, even when your emotions are all over the place, even when distractions are calling your name. Real men understand this. They understand that focus isn't just about the good times. It's about pushing through the mud, through the hard times, and staying locked in no matter what. These habits and mindsets are the core of masculine power. They're not just about getting through the day, they're about shaping your entire life. When you live by these principles, when you apply them daily, your focus will become unbreakable. You'll become a type of man who doesn't just talk about goals, he achieves them. Every day, you'll move closer to the life you want. So, start building these habits today. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for motivation. Just act. And when you do, you'll see how much more powerful you become. Now that you've heard the truth, now that you've seen the path forward, it's time to make a choice. You've been given the tools, the knowledge, and the strategy to take control of your focus. But none of that matters unless you decide to take action. If you think the real battle was in understanding these concepts, you're wrong. The real battle is in doing. The real test is in whether or not you can stop making excuses and start taking responsibility for your own destiny. It's time for a reality check. You've been playing victim to your own mind for too long. That ends today. Every time you say, I can't focus, I don't have the time, or I don't feel like it, you're handing your power over to your circumstances. You're letting distractions and weaknesses dictate your life. That stops now. You are not a victim of your environment. You are the creator of it. Stop blaming the noise around you. Stop blaming your job, your relationships, or the people who hold you back. You're the one who lets them. You're the one who chooses to be distracted, to procrastinate, to waste time. Own up to it. You have the ability to dominate your environment. But first, you must build the discipline to do so. Discipline is your weapon against chaos. It's what separates the men who achieve greatness from the ones who settle for mediocrity. Every time you make an excuse, you take another step away from the person you're capable of becoming. You're the one in control of your focus, your time, and your results. Start acting like it. No more excuses. No more blaming the world for your lack of progress. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is your willingness to commit to this process. Listen up. Motivation is overrated. Too many people wait for the perfect moment or the right mood to start working. Too many men rely on feeling motivated to get things done. Here's the hard truth. Motivation is fleeting. Some days you'll feel like a lion, ready to take on the world. Other days, you'll feel like you can't even get out of bed. If you only act when you feel motivated, you'll never build anything meaningful. The real men, the ones who stand out, the ones who control their destinies, don't wait for motivation. They act in spite of it. They don't let their emotions dictate their actions. They show up every day, no matter what. Whether it's the peak of your energy or the lowest point of your willpower, you still act. You still do the work. You don't need to feel inspired to do what needs to be done. You do it because you're a man of discipline. And discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who simply talk about success. You need to learn how to perform without the crutch of motivation. Motivation can't be trusted. It's a temporary, unpredictable spark. Discipline, however, is an unshakable force. And discipline doesn't need motivation to show up. Discipline shows up whether you're tired, whether you're busy, or whether you're in the mood. Discipline is about creating a standard for yourself and sticking to it, no matter what. You're going to do what you said you'd do. That's what makes you a man of power. No excuses. Let me remind you of something Muhammad Ali once said: suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. This wasn't just a motivational speech, it was a mindset. Ali didn't feel like training every day. In fact, he hated it. But he understood that the grind, the sacrifice, and the discomfort were all part of the process of becoming unbeatable. The man who can endure the suffering of today without giving into weakness is the man who will become a champion tomorrow. That's what focus is. It's about pushing through the pain, pushing through the lack of motivation, and doing the work anyway. What makes someone a champion isn't the absence of pain, the absence of fatigue, or the absence of distractions. What makes someone a champion is their ability to move forward even when those things are present. You want to be great? You want to master focus? Then stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for motivation to strike, and start showing up no matter what. That's how you win. That's how you take control of your destiny. No fluff, no excuses. Now, let's make one thing clear. This isn't about being perfect. It's not about getting everything right every time, but it is about consistency. It's about showing up when it's hard. It's about forcing yourself to act when you'd rather give in. And it's about never letting your excuses stand in the way of your future. When you finally accept this reality, when you stop looking for reasons to delay, to procrastinate, or to justify your weaknesses, that's when you'll unlock the true power of focus. And when you unlock that power, everything in your life will begin to change. Your goals will shift from someday to now. Your dreams will become plans. And your success will no longer be a distant hope. It will be a guarantee. So what are you waiting for? You know what you need to do, and you know the consequences of inaction. The choice is yours. Will you keep making excuses, or will you take control of your life? Will you keep blaming everything around you, or will you finally build the discipline to dominate your environment? There's no more room for weakness. There's no more room for hesitation. It's time to step up, time to act, time to focus. This is where the change happens. This is where you decide to stop playing the victim. This is where you decide to become the man who no longer has to rely on motivation, because he's built the discipline that will carry him through anything. No fluff, no excuses, just results. And if you're ready to make that decision, if you're ready to stop talking about it and start doing it, I want you to commit right now. You're in control, and it's time to prove it. As we come to the end of this session, I want you to understand something. Focus isn't about doing more. It's not about filling your days with endless tasks, meetings, or shallow pursuits. Focus is about doing what truly matters. It's about cutting through the noise and making the things that actually move the needle your singular priority. You don't need more time. You need the courage to say no to everything that's not pushing you toward your goals. Every time you say yes to distractions, you're saying no to your future. And if you want to rise above average, if you want to rise above the men who settle for mediocrity, you must be ruthless with your attention. This is the price of greatness. The truth is, most men live their lives on autopilot, allowing their attention to be pulled in every direction. They never stop to consider if what they're doing is actually pushing them forward. They think they're busy, but in reality, they're just spinning their wheels. If you want to be more than just busy, if you want to build something that actually matters, you need to take control of your focus. Focus is your greatest weapon, and if you don't wield it properly, you'll never accomplish anything of significance. The world doesn't need more distractions. It needs more men who know how to concentrate on the right things, men who know how to apply themselves and stay locked in, no matter the odds. This isn't just a channel. This is a brotherhood of focused men, a brotherhood of builders, a brotherhood of warriors, men who understand the value of their attention and refuse to waste it on cheap dopamine fixes. Here, we're not looking for the easy path. We're not looking for shortcuts or instant gratification. We're looking for men who are willing to put in the work day in and day out to sharpen their focus and build something real. This is about committing to a standard that others aren't willing to uphold. This is about surrounding yourself with men who are fighting the same battle, who are building empires, raising families, conquering their goals, and getting the most out of life. And we welcome you into this brotherhood, but only if you're ready to show up with the discipline and commitment it takes. Now, I want you to take action. I don't care if it's the first time you're hearing this or the 100th time. It's time to stop thinking and start doing. If you're ready to kill distraction and dominate your life with discipline, I want you to declare it right here, right now. I want you to commit to yourself. Comment below, "My mind is a weapon. I'm locked in." That's not just a phrase, it's a creed. It's the declaration of a man who is done with mediocrity, done with excuses, and ready to take control of his future. When you comment, you're not just agreeing with what I'm saying. You're affirming to yourself that you are ready for the challenge. You're taking the first step toward building the focus that will lead you to the life you deserve. This journey isn't easy. It isn't comfortable. But if you're willing to step into the arena with us, to fight for your focus, to fight for your discipline, we'll be here every step of the way. We'll sharpen our edges together. And every week, we'll give you the tools, the strategies, and a mindset to keep you moving forward. But first, you need to make the decision. You need to make that commitment to yourself. If you're serious about it, if you're serious about mastering your focus, about taking back control of your time and energy, then take that first step now. Like this video, share it with someone who's been drifting, someone who needs to hear the truth about their lack of focus. Don't let them keep making excuses for themselves. Send this video to someone who's stuck in the cycle of distraction and show them that there's a way out. Don't let them settle for mediocrity. Share the message, spread the word, and let them know that it's time to step up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. By subscribing, you're not just joining a channel, but joining a movement. You're joining a brotherhood of men who are refusing to let distractions run their lives. Every week, we come together, sharpen our minds, and push each other to get better. This is just the beginning. The journey of focus and discipline is a lifelong pursuit, and we're here to walk it with you. But the first step starts now. So, if you're ready to commit, if you're ready to lock in, I want you to hit that subscribe button and never look back. Remember, the world doesn't need another man wasting his potential. The world needs focused, disciplined, relentless men. The world needs you at your best. Let's get to work.